Bonjour, today let's conjugate the verb parler in 5 different tenses. So we are going to conjugate this verb in the présent, in the passé composé, the past tense, in the imparfait, future and conditional. Okay, so let's have a look at the verb parler. Parler is a very easy verb to conjugate because it's a regular ER verb. But let's have a look at what it looks like in 5 different tenses. Let's have a look at the present tense. We are going to learn how to say I speak or I am speaking. I talk or I am talking. That means parler, okay? Je parle. That means I speak or I'm speaking. Remember, we don't have ing tenses, so we just say I speak in French. Tu parles. Il parle. Elle parle. On parle. Nous parlons. Vous parlez. Il parle. Elle parle. Okay, so this is the present tense of the verb parler, but again, whatever tense I'm going to do now, that will apply for all ER verbs, okay? Now let's have a look at the passé composé. So we are going to learn how to say I have spoken or I spoke, I have talked or I talked, okay? Here we go. J'ai parlé. Tu as parlé. Il a parlé. Elle a parlé. On a parlé. Nous avons parlé. Vous avez parlé. Ils ont parlé. Elles ont parlé. Now remember that when using the passé composé, you can either use the auxiliary verb avoir, which is this case here, or être, okay, for movement verbs and reflexive verbs. But it doesn't apply for here today with parler. Now let's have a look at the third tense, okay? The third tense is the imperfect. It's a past tense as well, but it is when we want to say I used to talk or I was talking. The ing it's a past continuous. Now remember, we have special endings to create the imperfect, so we don't say I used to talk or I was talking. There is only one way of doing it, and it is like that. Je parlais. Tu parlais. Il parlait. Elle parlait. On parlait. Nous parlions. Vous parliez. Il parlait. Elle parlait. There you go. So there is a lot of sounds in imperfect, and though they are not spelled the same way, if you look at the ending AIS, AIT, AIENT, it's always the same sound. It's sound. Let's have a look at the fourth tense, which is the future tense. Now this one is quite easy to conjugate, especially in ER verb. Keep the verb as it is and add those special endings. So basically we are going to learn how to say I will speak, okay, or I will talk. It's the same here. I will talk. We don't have will, so we have special endings. Here we go. Je parlerai. Tu parleras. Il parlera. Elle parlera. On parlera. Nous parlerons. Vous parlerez. Ils parleront, and elles parleront. And here we've learned how to say I will talk, you will talk, he will talk, we will talk, and so on. Okay, so this is number 4. Let's have a look at tense number 5, which is the conditional. So basically we are going to learn how to say I would talk, okay, I would speak. How do we do that? You take the stem of the future tense, parler, you keep the verb as it is, and you add the endings of the imperfect tense. Have a look at the imperfect tense. Je parlais, but the conditional becomes je parlerai. I would talk. Tu parlerais. Il parlerait. Elle parlerait. On parlerait. Nous parlerions, vous parleriez, il parlerait, elle parlerait. Can you see the pattern here? Can you see that we are using exactly the same endings as the imperfect? Can you see that? Except that we have kept the whole verb this time, okay? We did not just drop the ER the way we did it for the imperfect. Okay, so we've got the verb parler in 5 different tenses. Look at it next to each other like that. Look at all the tenses next to each other. What do you notice? Do you notice any pattern? Is there any way that you could learn this, okay, and apply it to other verbs in the ER section, group? No, it's up to you. Okay, that's it for me. And remember that there is a support guide available with examples for this lesson at learnfrenchwithalexa.com. Subscribe, leave a comment, and I shall see you soon. Au revoir, à bientôt. Bisous, bisous.